Good morning, dear children. Hope this video finds you in good health. So, hope you have watched all the videos till distance time graph. So children, let us continue the graphical representation of motion. Today in this module we'll discuss velocity time graphs. Velocity time graphs. The variation in velocity with time for an object moving in a straight line can be represented by velocity time graph. So in this graph, time is taken along the x-axis and velocity along the y-axis. So children, mainly here we'll be discussing the three types of graphs. That means especially for object moving with uniform velocity or having zero acceleration. Then VT graph for objects with uniform acceleration. In that we have two categories, that is positive acceleration and negative acceleration. And VT graph for an object moving with non-uniform acceleration. Children, let us discuss the first case in velocity time graph. Look the data that is given here. You can see that the object is having a constant velocity or uniform velocity. By saying constant velocity, we mean that the velocity of this object is not changing with time and it has zero acceleration. So when we plot the graph, we get the graph as such. Time is taken along the x-axis, velocity along the y-axis, and when we plot the graph, we get a straight line parallel to the time axis. Children, we were discussing the velocity time graph of an object moving with uniform velocity. So, what is the use of this velocity time graph? So, let us discuss one of its use. So, here velocity time graph can be used to calculate the distance or the displacement covered by an object in a particular time interval, say t1 to t2. So look this graph here. Let us just calculate the distance or the displacement when the object moves from 2 to 4 seconds. So here from 2 and 4 we will be plotting two perpendiculars that meet the graph at the points A and B. So displacement will be the area under the graph AB, that is area of the rectangle ABCD. So area of the rectangle we know how to calculate, that is length into breadth. So here the length you can see AD or BC is the length and breadth is CD or AB. So AD or BC both represent velocity, whereas CD and AB both represent time. So we have to calculate the area of the rectangle. So when we calculate it, let us see, that is the length will be 40 minus 0 and the breadth will be 4 minus 2. So when we multiply length into breadth, or length corresponds to velocity I said and breadth corresponds to time. So velocity into time. What is, children, velocity into time? Yeah, velocity into time is the displacement or the distance covered by the object. In that sense we can say. So velocity time graph is useful in calculating the distance or displacement covered by an object between a particular time interval. Hope children it is clear. Let us discuss the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. Here, uniform positive acceleration. Children, I think you've studied the theory. What do you mean by positive acceleration? That means here the object has a change in velocity and the change in velocity is increasing in equal intervals of time. Look the data that is given here. You can see that this object is having a change in velocity of 15 meters per second in every second. So when we plot the graph for this data by taking time along the x-axis and velocity along the y-axis, we get a straight line that is passing through the origin. So this object is having acceleration. So we can find out the acceleration of this object at a particular time interval. How? Yeah, by taking the slope of the graph. So you know children how to take the slope. Take any 2 points, and here I have taken 2 points, that is A and C, and take the corresponding y values and the x values. Y values represents velocities, that means one is initial velocity and the other is final velocity. You can see here final velocity is 60 meter per second and initial velocity is 45 meter per second. And x2 and x1 represents the time intervals, that is x1 represents 3 second, whereas x2 represents 4 second. So when we take the slope, that is y-intercept by x-intercept, we are dividing change in velocity to time, and hence we get the answer as how much, children? We get the answer as 15 meter per second square. So slope of the velocity time graph here gives us acceleration. So nature of the graph is straight line that is sloping upwards. We are discussing velocity time graph for uniform positive acceleration. So in the previous slide, children, you saw how to calculate acceleration. So slope gives us acceleration. So here we'll be discussing how to calculate displacement in the same time interval 3 to 4 seconds. We already know it, children. We have to take the area under the graph. So area under the graph, we can split it as a area of a rectangle plus area of the triangle. That is area of rectangle ABDE and area of triangle ABC, that is AE into DE plus half into base into height. Base is AB into BC. Children, please just calculate and give me the answer. Try. Okay, say the values. So AE is 45 and DE is 4 minus 1, that is 1. That becomes the area of the rectangle plus half into base. AB is 4 minus 3, that is 1, and BC is how much? That is 60 minus 45, that is 15. So when we do the calculation, we get 45 into 1 plus half into 1 into 15, that is 45 plus 7.5, that is 52.5 kilometers. So children, in the same graph, we can calculate both the acceleration and the displacement. Velocity time graph for uniform negative acceleration. Children, we know the meaning of negative acceleration. If the velocity of an object decreases at a uniform rate in equal intervals of time, we say that that object has uniform negative acceleration. So look the data that is given here. So when you look the data, you can understand that when the time starts, the object is having the maximum velocity 20 meter per second. But every second its velocity is getting reduced by 5 meter per second. So let us plot the VT graph for it, velocity time graph. So time is taken along the x-axis and velocity along the y-axis, and when we plot, we get a graph like such. So you know what are the two uses of velocity time graph? We can calculate acceleration and also we can take the find out the displacement at a particular time interval. So let us just find out the acceleration or the deceleration that has occurred to this particular object between the time interval 1 to 2 seconds. So children, what we have to do, from 1 and 2 we are drawing two perpendiculars that meet the graph at the point A and C, and taking the y values, that is a v1 and v2 or initial velocity and final velocity, and the two values in the x-axis that represent time, the slope will be y-intercept by x-intercept, that is final velocity minus initial velocity by the time interval. So 15 minus 10 by 2 minus 1, and the answer is, or you will get as minus 5 meter per second square, or the deceleration is 5 meter per second square. So what is the nature of graph, children, here? Yeah, since it is undergoing deceleration, the graph is sloping downward. Hope it is clear, children. In the same graph, let us calculate displacement also. So suppose we want to calculate the displacement from the time interval 0 to 4 seconds, or the distance that is covered by the object from 0 to 4 seconds, you have to take the area under the graph. So you can see that from 0 and to 4 the graph is AC, and the area under the graph, it's shaded there, it is a triangle. So you have to find out the area of the triangle ABC. So area, you know, that is half into base into height, and when we do the calculation, we can get half into base BC, we take 4 minus 0, and the height AB, we take it as 20 minus 0, and we get the half into 4 into 20, we get it as 40 meter. So children, I think it is clear to you that velocity time graph is the graph that is used to find out the variation of velocity of an object with respect to time, and through velocity time graph the slope gives us acceleration, whereas the area under the graph gives us the distance covered by the object or the displacement occurred by an object in a particular time interval. Velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration. So children, what do you mean by non-uniform acceleration? That means the change in velocity of an object is not equal in equal intervals of time. So look the data that is given here. You can see very clearly that the change in velocity is not equal. In the first interval, after first second, the change in velocity was 5 meter per second. In the second, it reduced to 4 meter per second. Again, it increased. So the graph that we get is nearly a curved, or we can say we get an irregular graph, and the slope will be also a varying slope. Children, second question, please look the graph that is given there and analyze it. You can see that the motion of the object starts from the point O. It's a VT graph and the motion stops at the point C. So OA, AB and BC represents different type of motions. So I think it is clear to you looking to the nature of the motion that is seen or nature of the graph. So first question, what type of motion is represented by OA? Second question, what type of motion is represented by AB? Third question, what type of motion is represented by BC? So children, A, B and C, I think the answer is clear. OA represents uniform acceleration. AB represents because the velocity is not at all changing, isn't it? So that represents uniform velocity, and BC, you can see the velocity decreases to 0. So that represents uniform retardation. So now the last two questions, what is the acceleration from O to A and what is the retardation from B to C? So children, to calculate acceleration from a VT graph, what we have to do? Yeah, we have to take the slope. So from O to A means O, that means the starting point. A is the point in the graph, that is at 10 seconds. So you have to take the slope from 0 to 10 seconds. So the graph is OA. So the slope will be the corresponding y values divided by the corresponding x values. That is 40 minus 0 divided by 10 minus 0. So the acceleration will be 4 meter per second square. So it is having an increase in its velocity which is equal in equal intervals of time. So the object is under uniform acceleration in the part OA. Is it clear, children? Okay, now what is the retardation from B to C? So to calculate retardation, that means acceleration, we have to again take the slope, isn't it? The point BC. B represents the time interval, that is 30 to 40. So look the corresponding y values there. Yeah, B corresponds to 40 and C corresponds to 0. So actually its initial velocity was 40 meter per second and its final velocity is 0 since it is coming to rest. So taking the change in velocity, final velocity is 0 minus initial velocity is 40. So divided by 40 minus 30, and so the acceleration is negative, that is minus 4 meter per second square. Children, hope it is clear. Go through it again.